In Genesis chapter 1, at the end of the chapter, it says that after God has created everything, he looks at it all and he says it's very good. He creates rocks, he creates birds, he even creates trees. Some of the trees are good for food and good for eating. Some of the other trees, too specifically, have different purposes. One is called the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The other one is called the tree of life. And then God takes the people that he's made and he puts them in this garden that he's created. And the man's name, the first people's name, the first person's name is Adam. And Adam literally means mud man or dirt man or from the ground, from the earth from which God has created. Unfortunately, we mud peoples have ruined the garden. We've polluted it. We've made it toxic. We've hidden in our sin. We take up habitat in our broken homes, our ruined gardens, and our whitewashed tombs. We've covered up our shame with clothes. In John chapter 20, verse 15, there's this profound thing in the Bible that happens. In John chapter 20, there's this thing that happens where Jesus is crucified, dies, and is buried. Now, when Jesus is buried, they take him to a tomb that is in a garden. And the morning after the Sabbath, Mary Magdalene, a woman who had been with Jesus throughout his ministry, goes to see the tomb and goes to visit Jesus. She gets there and she finds that his body's missing, and she gets very upset. It's a very emotional moment for her. She's followed him through his whole ministry, and all of a sudden Mary is just breaking down and weeping. And a man appears who happens to be Jesus, but she doesn't recognize him. And in John chapter 20, verse 15, it says that she mistakes him for the gardener. Jesus is God, the creator of that perfect world which we have now tainted. Jesus comes down as a part of this world. He becomes an Adam, a mud man. And he lives out a life. And in his ministry, he is crucified, dies, and is buried in a garden to restore what is broken. It's not until Jesus pierces his hands and his feet and is pinned to our tree of life that we find salvation and redemption and restoration of our ruined garden.